Hi, this is Michelle. I'm the children's librarian at the Sheridan County Fulmer Public Library. And here's another episode of Bookmarks. And I want to share this book. This is the book called The World According to Humphrey by Betty Birney. And this is a story about a hamster. Wow, I didn't know hamsters could write. Everyone's favorite classroom pet. Okay. Well, I'm going to start out. Page 1. Always a good place to start. The return of Mrs. Brisbane. Today was the worst day of my life. Miss Mack left room 26 of Longfellow School for good, and that's bad. Worse yet, Mrs. Brisbane came back. Until today, I didn't even know that there was a Miss Brisbane. Lucky me. Now, I want you to know, what was Miss Mack thinking? She must have known that soon as she'd be leaving without me, and that Mrs. Brisbane would come back to room 26, and I'd be stuck with her. I love Mrs. Mack more than any human or hamster on earth. But what was she thinking? You can learn a lot about yourself by taking care of another species, she told me on the way home the day she got me. You'll be teaching these kids a thing or two. That's what she was thinking. I don't think she was thinking very clearly. I'm never going to squeak to her again. Of course, I'll probably never see her again because she's gone, gone, gone. But if she comes back, I'm not even going to look at her. I know that last sentence doesn't make sense. It's hard to make sense when your heart is broken. On the other hand, until Mrs. Mack arrived, I was going nowhere down at Pet-O-Rama. My days were spent sitting around, looking at a bunch of furry things in cages just like mine. We were treated all right, regular meals, clean cages, music piped in all day. Over the music, Carl the store clerk would answer the phone. Open 9 to 9, 7 days a week, corner 5th and Alder next to the Dairy Queen. Back then, I feared I'd never see 5th and Alder, and much less the Dairy Queen. Sometimes I see human eyes and noses, not always as clean as they should be, poking up through the glass. Nothing ever came of it. The children were excited to see me, but the parents usually had other ideas. Oh, come see the fishes, Cornelia. So colorful and so much easier to take care of than a hamster, Mama might say. Or, no, they have cutest little puppies over here. After all, a dog is a boy's best friend. So there we were, hamsters, gerbils, mice, guinea pigs, not nearly as popular as the fish, cats, and dogs. I suspected I'd be spinning my wheel at Pet-O-Rama further. But once Mrs. Mack carried me out the door a short 6 weeks ago, my life changed fast, fast, fast. I saw 5th. I saw Elder. I saw the Dairy Queen with the statue of a cow on an apron outside. I was dozing when she first came to Pet-O-Rama, as I do during the day because hamsters are more active at night. Hello, a warm voice awakened me. When I opened my eyes, I saw a mass of bouncing curls, a big happy smile, huge dark eyes. She smelled of apples. It was love at first sight. Aren't you the bright-eyed one, she asked. And might I return the compliment, I replied. Of course, it came out squeak, 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 as usual. Mrs. Mack opened up her purse with the big pink and blue flowers on it. I'll take him, she said to Carl. He's obviously the most intelligent and handsome hamster you have. Carl grunted. Then Mrs. Mack picked out a respectable cage. Okay, not the 3-story pagoda I had my eye on, but it was a nice cage. And soon came squeals of encouragement from my friends in the small pet department. From the teeniest white mouse to the lumbering chinchilla, I left Pet-O-Rama with high hopes. We sped down the street to Mrs. Mack's bright yellow car. She called it a bug, but I could see it really was a car. She carried my cage up the stairs to her apartment. We ate apples. We watched TV. She let me run around outside my cage. She gave me my very own name, Humphrey. And she told me all about room 26 where we were going the next morning. And since you are an intelligent hamster who is going to school, I have a present for you, Humphrey, she said. And she gave me a tiny notebook and a tiny little pencil. I got these for you at the doll shop, she said. She tucked them behind my mirror where no one could see them except me. Of course, it might be a while before you learn to read and write, she said, but you're smart, and I know you'll catch on fast. Little did she know I could already make out some words from my long, boring days at Pet-O-Rama. Words like chew toys, kibble, pooper scoopers. Remember, a hamster has grown up at about 5 weeks old, so I could learn all the skills I needed for life in 5 weeks. How long would it take possibly to learn how to read? I'll tell you, a week. Now I'm going to put my bookmark here. That way I'll remember where I was at, and also remind Humphrey that I'll be coming back to check on him. I'm so glad you joined me, and I hope you want to check out the book, The World According to Humphrey, by Betty Birney, and there's more books in this series. And maybe next time you'll get to have a hamster. But don't tell your mom the librarian said you could have a hamster because I might get into trouble. But thanks for joining me. I'm kind of curious to see, how does a hamster learn how to read and write? I'll see you next time.